Hey guys, welcome back to In Bed with Kate, and today we're gonna talk about erotic humiliation. Have you heard about women making money humiliating the men? Even I have received requests for that on my business email. I didn't sign up to perform these services, however, it made me think what makes people crave humiliation even in erotic context in the first place. So today we will dive into that. Even though for most people the word humiliation has a negative meaning and it's a big turn off, for many it's a way to push sexual boundaries and the only way to feel satisfied. Erotic humiliation involves using psychological humiliation in a sexual way, where one person finds arousal or excitement from feeling degraded. The humiliation doesn't have to be sexual itself, it's the feeling it creates that matter. While mild humiliation is common in BDSM or sexual roleplay, it can also be taken to extreme levels. And one of my sex therapy clients had a PTSD from humiliative sexual experience that went out of control and turned into a traumatic, but it doesn't have to end badly if you have rules in place and a trusted partner. So let's look into this power dynamic and try to explain what makes erotic humiliation so appealing for some and what kinds of it exist out there. Guys, according to YouTube policy, 18 plus content can be promoted or monetized. I'm doing this for free just to raise the level of sexual education. So please like and subscribe, it's not that hard and I would appreciate it a lot. And let's get started. Experiencing humiliation in non sexual situations can greatly contribute to our anxieties. We generally hate feeling embarrassed, and it really sucks, right? However, in sexual contexts, it can be quite different experience. BDSM often provides a safe environment to confront and explore our deepest fears and anxieties. The distinction between humiliation and dominance is that in erotic spanking, for example, the focus is on creating a sense of humiliation rather than just a physical act. In erotic humiliation, the power dynamic centers on degradation, with the dominant partner humiliating the submissive partner in a controlled and consensual manner. Humiliation play can take place in the bedroom and is a part of broader spectrum of BDSM practices and activities. Humiliation plays a role in various BDSM relationships. It can manifest in different ways, such as psychological kink play with verbal insults or degrading language, or it can be punishments like spanking, bondage, slapping, spitting, or role play scenarios like dom and sub, or animal play, or daddy and little girl, or age play of any kind. And verbal humiliation involves treating someone poorly in relationship where one person has more power. This can look like, for example, treating a person like a pet and making them eat and drink like an animal, or referring to the person as an object, it, or using demeaning terms like boy, girl, pet, or insulting the person with words like loser, fat, ugly, pig, stupid, disgusting, worthless, or using degrading names like slut, shit, piece of shit, cunt, bitch, whore, whatever, you name it. Making hurtful comments about their appearance, behavior, hygiene, or controlling everyday activities like going to the bathroom, spending money, or eating. Can you imagine if you have to ask permission to go pee, or ask a permission to drink water, or wherever? Like, yeah. This kink does exist, but the degree is different for every person who practices it. And there is also very common practice to shame someone about their weight and making fun of their self-control or the way they look. Another very common form of erotic humiliation is making the person repeatedly obey your commands and confirm them. Some people use activities like name calling as a way to explore ego reduction and overcome sexual inhibitions. Certain things don't necessarily have to apply to erotic humiliation. For example, using derogatory language within the gay community. It's pretty common, and it's just a part of this relationship dynamic. While many people have sexual fantasies involving some kind of humiliation, these fantasies may not translate into real life actions for the majority. So some may engage in online humiliation as a compromise, for example, and here, the common methods of online humiliation are being made to praise the dominant's decisions and qualities, or having to post embarrassing photos or videos of yourself online. Yeah, that exists too. Or writing about personal details in online journals, or being verbally abused online, or giving money and access to finances to the dom. This stuff is really popular nowadays, and a lot of people are looking for a submissive partner or for femdom. Like, I have received this request, I said no, but a lot of people out there are looking for this dynamic. So basically, you've built your business, you've done all the work that you were doing for all these years, so now you grant all the access to your femdom. So what doesn't kill us makes us only stronger, but still be careful. And of course, allowing the dom to control your computer from afar is another pretty common online humiliation activity or practice. Now let's talk about some physical humiliation and how that might look like. For example, engaging in degrading acts like ejaculating, defecating in some cases, or spitting on someone's body, especially the face. Or doing manual tasks like scrubbing floors with a toothbrush, or performing submissive sex acts without expecting anything in return and totally forgetting about your own pleasure, or being closely monitored and controlled in your daily activities, or following specific rituals like kissing the dominant's feet, right? There's another types of kinks that are related to worship, or having limited freedom of movement and facing strict punishments for disobedience, and taking on roles of animals or babies as a part of roleplay in BDSM scene, or practicing in BDSM activities like spanking, restraints, being restricted in clothing choices, worship, water sports. Other forms of physical humiliation may include face sitting or cuckolding. Cuckolding is a sexual fetish in which someone gets turned on by their partner having sexual acts with someone else. Orgasm denial, spanking, dress code or uniform while you're around your dome, rape fantasy, and other activities involving consensual non-consent. I was watching a very interesting video about the woman in New York City who offers the service. Basically, she kidnaps rich men who crave erotic humiliation, and she kidnaps them when they don't expect, and sometimes like she does hurt them, right? And it's a very traumatic experience, and they pay so much money for it, and they all live super happy. And people who are not that extreme or that far in erotic humiliation may use devices like chastity belts for sexual denial. They are sold at any adult store, or wearing symbols of ownership like a collar, or involving others in witnessing or being aware of one's treatment for public humiliation. And also treating submissive like an object for erotic purposes, like a footstool, for example. In some radical situations, it can be also enforcing homosexual acts between heterosexual people. And sexual humiliation can involve pain, but it always focuses on degradation and embarrassment in the first place. Role-playing in sex may or may not include humiliation, depending on the individuals involved and their preferences. So now let's try to understand the psychology of it, right? What makes people crave erotic humiliation? Humiliation play is often linked to sexual fetishism, where non-sexual actions become sexually arousing through association. So people may seek out humiliation during sex for many different reasons, given the complex nature of human sexuality. Society often associates sex with shame, creating a sense of taboo around sexual activities of all kinds, to be honest. And despite this negative messages, our natural sexual desires persist. Combining these feelings with sexual shame can sometimes intensify arousal. Humiliation in general stimulates the same brain regions that are associated with physical pain. Humans evolved to remember social rewards and punishments as strongly as they recall physical reward or pain in response to their environment. But the most common reason why people seek erotic humiliation is giving up control. Embracing erotic humiliation can be an act of deep surrender for the submissive partner. Completely giving your power over to a dom is a big part of being fully immersed in power play. Often, humiliation play is a way to let go of control when your real life demands otherwise. But it can also build intimacy. Ironically, being humiliated during sex can actually be used to deepen your bond with your partner. Personal insecurities also play a role in seeking out humiliation. For instance, someone who is insecure about their physical attributes like penis size may find arousal in small penis humiliation play. The erotization of their shame becomes a source of arousal for them. So that's how they work through this complex, basically. And embracing erotic humiliation can be a profound act of surrender for the submissive partner, allowing them to fully immerse themselves in a power play by giving control to the dom. And those of us who do have a lot of control in real life, humiliation play often serves as a way to release control in a safe space, especially when real life situations demand otherwise. For example, mostly it's rich guys who have a lot of responsibility in their professional life tend to seek for submission and giving up control in bed. Remember this famous case when the candidate and mayor of New York was thrown off the race because the footage of him restrained at the sex club was leaked in Twitter? That proves the fact that as more control and as more power you have in your everyday life, in your social life, as more you want to be submissive in bed. And it's a wide spectrum, but in general, in bed, you want to do the opposite of your social roles. And again, it can also strengthen the bond between partners if you play with a partner and not paying for that. If it's your actual partner who enjoys delivering you what it is that you are craving for. And it does require a high level of vulnerability and trust that you can't have with somebody you pay for these services. And prioritizing safety and consent is crucial in all sexual activities, including humiliation play. But here, it's actually super important because you don't want to have PTSD from a bad session. Remember, enthusiastic consent is the must. If it's not a clear yes, then it's a definite no. Before engaging in humiliation play, it's important to have a conversation in 3 steps. First of all, share your desire to explore the humiliation play in the first place. Maybe it's a good idea to watch a porn video with a similar scenario together with your partner and see how they react. Because for some people, again, it's absolute no, and when you see their reaction, it will be very clear if it's somebody who is capable of giving you what your body and your mind needs or not. But if it's not, then don't force anything, because on sex, you never want to force And the second step, explain why you find it appealing and how it makes you feel. Because again, you want to express your emotions and you do want to find this consensus to make it work for both of you. And express why you want to try it with your partner and invite their thoughts on this matter. So again, if you want to start and you don't know where to start, first of all, clear communication, right? Discuss your boundaries, discuss the preferred language, explain them what turns you on, and again, what turns one on can be a major turn off and a no-go for others. Different people may have varying responses to different forms of humiliation, and what one person enjoys, another may find extremely upsetting. So be specific about the words or actions that are acceptable and that are not. And communicate your desires openly to ensure that your needs are met in a safe and protected environment. And establish a safe word. Without a safe word, don't even go this way. Use a safe word as a signal to stop if you reach a boundary or feel uncomfortable during the experience. Choose a non-sexual word that indicates the need to stop the activity immediately with no questions asked. For example, when you say orange or red or I don't know, whatever it is, coffee table. And aftercare is super important because after engaging in erotic humiliation play, you do want to engage in aftercare to unwind and reconnect with your partner. This post-scene time allows you to relax, receive emotional support, and transition back to normal life. Aftercare may involve cuddling, kind words, or just kissing each other, hugging each other, and processing these extreme emotions together in a safe place and be gentle with each other. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you will continue exploring your sexuality and your fantasies. We'll leave it up to you whether you want to try erotic humiliation or not, but at least now you know what to take into consideration if you do want to go this road. And I'll see you next time in Bed with Kate.